Okay, y'all. So May and Niecy been pretty much going back and forth all day, and Niecy dropped a lot of gems on Bleaky and Purple's platform, Two Girls, One Mic, and they also gave her some advice. Earlier, Niecy also dropped text messages between her and May on her platform, and you guys, I did not include them in this clip due to the language that was in those messages. So feel free to go over to Niecy's platform and read those if you guys are interested. Now, Niecy said a lot that never reached social media. So you guys, I think you guys may consider this clip interested. So if y'all want to go and watch the full live, Bleaky and Purple still have it up on the platform. And you guys check it out and let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section.
Ooh, I'm chill. But the moment you bring me out of character, you can expect that it don't matter who you think you are, it's up. I don't care. So I just don't get why she acting like that's brand new. That's not brand new.
Right, right. Even the text messages, what were the text messages supposed to expose? Because I didn't really see nothing besides you saying that you weren't ready to leave your kids for 4 days to join a rigged TV show.
Okay. And not to include, I got the real receipts, hunty. Okay. Okay. Clock it.
When you gonna post them? Because we thought you was gonna post them. What's up? We
Oh, baby,
waiting.
you don't got. But my whole thing is, you posted about a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't post anything else. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
post about you begging to be with me. You ain't posting about you trying to get me to say I'm in love with you when I clearly said no, I'm not. There's a lot of things that you're leaving out in those text messages. Why you ain't post the ones about you admitting that you and Dimples did what y'all did? Did you post those? Like, where is everything? Why are you only posting what you want to post? See, I'll post everything, and I don't care about anybody's opinion about what I said to her in the text. I never have.
Right, right.
But you want to have post receipts, and then it's supposed to be off the topic of her godmom. Girl, I have never willingly or consented to leaving my kids with your godmom. And that's no
Right.
shade towards your godmom. It's more so I don't know that woman. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's a
Mm-hmm.
stranger to me, and she's even more so a stranger to my kids. How the hell am I going to leave a stranger with my kids for 4 days to go be on a show? I
Right,
asked my
right.
sister. I asked my sister. That's why I told her, figure out when, because my sister in California that has a son who's also autistic is the only person that I'd be like, hey, sis, can you come down for these dates so I can go do whoop de whoop? Because she's the
Right.
only person that knows my kids enough to leave them with her. Mhm.
What do you think? And I cannot lie and say that when you have went live on TikTok or that when you have went live on Facebook, that your place was dirty. I've always seen your place clean, and I've always seen you in there feeding the boys.
Exactly. Period. Again,
So
clock that shit.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, so what do you feel about that? What do you feel things that she was saying about you today as a mom, and just just anything? What do you want to say? Because she does watch us, even though she lies, say she don't, because she be speaking in subs about a lot of we say over here.
Girl, I can confirm she watches you because she texted me about some comments that I had specifically left in your chat the other night about her trauma bonding with Dimples and what was the other one I said? I said that she said that she had a crush on her, and she definitely texted me about that. I'll be dropping those receipts too. But
Everybody say, "Hey May, hey May, hey
but
May."
my
Go ahead.
opinion,
Mhm.
my opinion is, Kate, no, triple B word that came over to my house on multiple occasions to get whatever it is she was coming to get out of coming to my house. Turn around and
Mhm.
cap on my body, my parenting, or how my house is carried. When any
Mhm.
opportunity you get, you over here, up in it.
Right. Right.
And when you know it's not factual, like I can't take nothing personal from a person that told me that they're going to get on the internet and lie on me because it fits their narrative.
Right.
You've told me that to my face, so I already know that's what you're going to do. So I'm not going to take offense to it. I'm going to pop my stuff the same way you popped yours. But that's my whole thing. It's like, why do you always double down to mentioning my kids? Whether it's you talking bad about my kids or you talking bad about me, why do my kids always end up coming up in the conversation? I just don't understand that. My kids ain't did nothing to you. You talk about, oh, my kid was asking grown folks questions. If my son wanted to know why you disrespected his mother by saying I'm a bad mom online, and he chose to ask you that, it's not like I coerced him into asking you that. He chose to ask her that. If that's something he wants to ask you, why would you say that about my mom? He has every right to ask you that. Period. Would if your kid heard you being disrespected or found out that you were being disrespected, I would be more offended by the fact that it didn't bother my child that somebody said some things that I know for that my child knows for a fact isn't true and didn't feel the need to be like, hey, so why would you say that? What's wrong with that? How is that being in grown folks' business? Because he asked you why you said what you said about me. But she can't sit here and say that anytime that she's come to my house, that my kids haven't been sent to their room. Like I said on my live, you said the first time we ever got into it after being together or whatever you want to call it, the little pre-trial stuff, you said that my kids, whenever you come over here, are locked in their room. But then you turn around and say that my kids are in grown folks' conversations or whatever was happening around kids and all that type of weird stuff. Girl, figure out which lie you want to tell. Because I could have swore you said they were locked in their room, but they were never locked in their room. It's just I know Maybay doesn't know how to be appropriate. And I don't want my kids, and had it been Maybay or anybody else, when grown folks is talking, kids ain't sitting around me. That's how I was raised. Kids out there though. No.
Do you have proof, boo, that when she go to these orgy parties? Because we already had speculated that when she go to these orgy parties, you know, she's like I refrain from using kid in the candy store just because of the situation, right? So she's a fat kid in a bakery. You can't. She actually told you that she had sex with somebody idiot other than Dimples.
Yes, she did. And the unfortunate part about it is I was so pissed off about that whole situation, Blicky, I'm not even gonna lie to you, that not only did I block her, but because the phone that I use, like you actually can call me on when I'm not home, is right. An Android. When I blocked her, it automatically gives you the option to like report it as spam or whatever. I had just went through and deleted that thread. Somebody said there was a way for me to get it back though, and I need to know how, because I will gladly present those receipts too. She absolutely slept with somebody else at that orgy party other than Dimples, and she was hot and ready to do it.
Has it been more than 30?
Yes. And I absolutely am hot and ready to expose it. And my whole thing with that situation is that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to deal with her any further, because I'm sorry, regardless of whether I decide to lay down with you, and everybody's entitled to their opinion about me deciding to lay down with her, because, you know, I can't take y'all's opinion from y'all. But just because I decided to lay down with you doesn't mean that I want to lay down with any and everybody else that you're laying down with too. I didn't consider that.
Grown. So at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you want to do with your body. Like I said before, it's your body. Can't nobody necessarily tell. Can't nobody. Period. Not even necessarily. Can't nobody tell you what to do. But that doesn't mean that people are not gonna have opinions and speak. This is my truth. Either you gonna like it or you gonna dislike it. And if you speak on it, either way, it shouldn't affect you because you did it.
Right. And that's how I feel. I don't lie about it. I don't need to lie about it. Okay. It's done. It's over with. My whole thing about that was you were quick to sleep with people at that orgy party. How many other people have you slept with at these parties? Because you claim you go to a lot of them.
Right.
And I'm sorry, you were quick to do it then. So how am I supposed to believe that you ain't ever did it before? Like, let's be honest here.
Right. I think she displayed that, Niecy. I don't know if you would agree, but I think she displayed that before y'all even met and got together. Like when you saw her on the social platform, like how she could sleep with multiple people. You know what I'm saying? Like this is her thing to do, right? Like
I didn't know that meant you actually go to the dirtiest and the lowest of the low of these hoe parties out here, and you'll pick up any strange whatever and sleep with them. It's different when you out here exposing how many partners you got, whatever which considered your personal life. But it's a different story when you're going to random parties and you're linking up with random people. Neither of y'all know each other's status, and y'all are just doing whatever y'all doing.
But hold on,
I mean, the same way she met you, she'd have met everybody on social media. Those are strangers when they come in her household. Those are strangers. When she spoke to you, y'all were strangers before y'all met in person. You know what I'm saying? And y'all did what y'all did. So this is a part of her character. She had already displayed that she's a easy target. As far
her, can we really even put her in the category of a hoe? Because hoes get paid. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to know. I am a previous hoe. I am an ex-hoe, okay? With that being said, I'm not showing up to no orgy party, putting my mouth on people and not getting cash in my hand immediately before anything happens. That's not happening. I'm sorry. It's not going down like that.
But the fact that this been a thing, I want to know your thought process and why you felt like it was any different from what it has already been displayed. why did you think it was any different? Why do you feel a bit surprised? Not, or I wouldn't say surprised, but even having this conversation, I feel like you should have been more prepared. Why don't you
It's
feel
not
like you
even
was
that I
more
was
prepared?
surprised or that I wasn't prepared. It was that, like I told y'all, I found out about the whole situation at that party the same time as everybody else did. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know to what depths of what happened or who linked with who until everybody else found out.
Now, as far as Whitney, like what's going on with that situation? Because that's so fucking weird, Niecy.
You mean like the recent stuff?
Just
Yeah,
period.
why
Like
she
the
don't go
fact,
live no more? Why she don't go
right.
live no more? Why she don't give us lit with no more?
Girl, because Litwit gets threatened to be left every time. And although Litwit knows that what they got going on is dysfunctional as hell, Litwit
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to have to start back from square one. So even though
Right,
they
she ain't
both
trying to go
barely
back to her
like each
mama house.
other 99% of the time,
Mm-hmm.
Litwit is going to play her position accordingly. But that
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
mean that Litwit ain't everywhere agreeing to whatever she's agreeing with while she's listening to lives. I've watched her listen to Connie's lives and everybody else's lives, so I know for a fact that she is
I
just
just
so
told Twin
caught
last
up in it
night
like
she be
everybody
watching
else.
Tibby laughing. I just told Twin last night she be watching Tibby. She be laughing too when she be talking about Maybe. I know she do.
But that's why I said
Go
what I
ahead.
said this morning. Like, I feel like Whitney sees it as, okay, well, I got somebody stuck. Basically, they both look at each other like, okay, you're stuck with me because I'm not going to leave you. You're not going to leave me. And at this point, we might as well accept each other for who each other is. But again, the narrative you're trying to paint about your wife being 100% a touch me not, I'm sorry. I'm not falling for that because if she was, she wouldn't have been so quick to do whatever she did with Niche and then turn around and do whatever she done let Dimples do or however with her either. That's how I see it. You don't have all that energy and animosity or not animosity, but tension built up for, that kind of drive with your wife, but you have it when it comes to other individuals. And that alone should tell you something. And to be honest, I'd be embarrassed if I was made to get on this internet and brag about what the next person can do to my wife and I can't do nothing to her at all. Like, let's be real. Whitney didn't even know
Mm-hmm.
she was at the last time we linked. Whitney didn't even know she was at my house, bro.
Oh, for real?
Whitney did not know she was at my house. Whitney called right while we was in the middle of doing the do. She missed the
Oh,
girl
did she
call.
answer the
Call
phone?
her
Did she
back.
answer?
Girl, she called her back. She let Whitney go to the voicemail and then called Whitney back. We were still doing what we was doing. And was like, oh yeah, I'm at Niecy's house. She's like, you didn't tell me you were going to Niecy's house. She's like, yeah, you're right. I didn't tell you. And then Whitney
Niecy,
said
you
something
missed
that
your
I couldn't
opportunity
hear.
to slut. Niecy, you missed your opportunity to slut her out. Why you ain't make her answer the phone for Whitney?
Girl, the phone was on the other side of the room. People don't know. They don't be worried about no Whitney. Was she over here, girl? She don't give
Oh,
a damn about that phone ringing.
oh,
She'll call you
girl.
back when she get back to you.
Oh, oh, Lord. This is scandalous.
Mm.
Did she ever pull up talk to you about Whitney or Ivan and just, in depth?
Both. This time around, I'm not gonna lie though, since after the first time that we officially like stopped fooling with each other back in October,
Mm-hmm.
now she doesn't say anything about Whitney when she comes around because she knows better. She knows what
Okay.
to say and what not to say because the moment she gets on this internet and whoops on me, I'ma tell. She doesn't say anything about Whitney, but every time she comes around, she mentions Ivan and Chanel.
Oh.
And then she'll requote what I said on the internet when I had told y'all when we fell out back in October. And I was
Yeah.
like, all she does is talk about her exes and obsess about them. That's all she wants to conversate about. And she'll come back
Right.
in my face like, oh, wait, let me change the conversation because I don't need you going on there saying that all I talk about is Ivan and Chanel. But that's the truth. She said
I
me
know,
and
baby.
Niche
I
were the
know,
only
but then
people she
you
was
so
cool
now
with.
you allowing your
And
ears to clog your sight because but she's saying this, but she's displaying I'm looking for somebody. Where Polly Princess, where Polly Princess. I need to do OnlyFans. Like it's
but
the
clearly she
obvious
wasn't
is
finding it though. But clearly she
right, but
wasn't
if it
finding it
did, but
though.
so you didn't prepare yourself for when she did then. So you weren't prepared for when she
Exactly.
did. You was
So
like,
me
this bitch
being
ain't gonna ever
prepared,
find nobody.
no, I was prepared because you see how quick I said, okay, I ain't fucking with you no more. Just because that's what you decide to do with your life doesn't
Mm.
mean that I have to be cool with it. Period. The moment that I found out, okay, now she sleep with other people, okay, I'm good. I'm done. Like I don't need sex to that extent to where I have to keep sleeping with you, knowing that you're gonna be sleeping with everybody. Now that you're actively doing it, I want no parts. Period. Simple.
But
And
here
I
it
don't
is,
see
you
there being a
laid your
problem
life
with
down.
me.
But listen, you laid your health and life down. You willing to catch some, possibly got some, because this what you've been saying. You don't know yet. You gotta get tested, but possibly catch something from somebody that you possibly won't ever be dealing with again after this year is over. And then your future come along. Now you looking back. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I should have never fucked with this person in the first place. So why not be careful with the decisions that we make, right? Because there's careful ways to go about it. Meaning, let me not fuck with her. Let me not risk my health and my life because I've been spared, right? Yeah, she got it. I accept her for it, but you were willing to take her with the breakouts and all those things. Why would you put your life on the line for someone that's temporarily in the moment? I think I asked you this the last time, and I understand you grown and need your choices, but what I'm saying is, why is that your choice for yourself? I just want to know what your thought process is behind, laying your life on the line like that for such a thing that's so temporary.
I just feel like
That you
at the end of the day that was my choice. Like I said, I'm not a person that's out here for everybody. I never have been. So when I made my
right, but now you're limiting even that part of
choice,
you by contaminating yourself with her. What is that decision you're making with yourself? This is just you. This Niecy versus Niecy. This Niecy and Niecy having a conversation with Niecy, right? Like, this what we doing. This could possibly not work out. I could possibly catch in my future. Do we not think to that point of, or to that much? Do we not think that far in the future, or is it that we just like living in the moment of
well,
things?
I can't say that I didn't think that far into the future, because if anybody ever thought that I just was over here clueless thinking that me and May were going to be together forever and it was going to be a happy go lucky situation, they're absolutely wrong. I didn't even go into the situation with May thinking that it was going to be forever. And maybe, you could
Exactly.
say
So
that that's
stop.
me
So
lacking
stop. So
self
that's
respect for myself. But I
okay.
still decided to make whatever choice I decided to make. And that just is what it is. And if I have to suffer those consequences, that's on me. Period.
Mm.
Oh, this
And
has
that's
been
me taking
interesting.
accountability. This isn't me blaming. I'm not trying to blame
No,
nobody. I'm
it is.
saying,
It is.
No, you
What
did
what
that.
was
You
it
said that.
right? Was it anybody
You took your
agrees?
accountability.
Right. Whether anybody in the comments or anybody watching or even us, whether we agree or disagree, that right there is just it is accountability. It's saying I did what I wanted to do, and that like this is one thing we
That's it.
can't say.
That's simple,
You have
baby.
always did that.
I respect that. You hear me?
Right.
That's why I
Right.
wanted to know. I wanted to understand the thought process behind that because again.